Mr. President, we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country.
Got my boy Trump messed up.
So, like, imagine if somebody treated Kamala that rude.
That's the first thing I thought about. If Kamala came there,
they would never.
They wouldn't ask that.
They would never ask her no question like that.
No, I know, but like, if that's her, like, basically you let's address the elephant in the room. You're not prepared to be the president. You haven't done shit. You let everybody through the border. You are just trash, and we heard that you might be a thought. What do you guys say about that? That's equal.
Literally.
Another question
Yes,
that is also impacting black Americans.
And that's very clear now. Good.
I'm sorry?
It's very clear. I hear you.
Okay. So Sonia Massey, someone from Illinois, an unarmed black woman, was shot the other day in her home by a deputy sheriff. The deputy has since been charged with murder. You've said police would get immunity from prosecution if you win. Why should someone like that officer have immunity, in your opinion?
Immunity?
Immunity.
I don't know the exact case, but I saw something, and it didn't look good to me. It didn't look good to me. Are you talking with the water, right?
Yeah. Well, police unions are not backing this person either.
Okay.
But again, why would
they're going to be charging the officer? I guess they're charging the officer.
So why should he receive immunity?
Well, he might not. I mean, it depends. It depends on what happens. I'm talking about people that are much different cases than that. We need people to protect ourselves. And by the way, in Chicago, as an example, a few weeks ago, July 4th weekend, they had 117 shootings and 17 deaths. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. We need to have our police officers have the respect and dignity back. In this particular case, I saw something that didn't look good to me. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
So can you get a little more specific back to the immunity question? Who would make those
Well, right now, for the most part, people are protected by their unions, by their police unions, or by their police departments. But I'm saying if I felt, or if a group of people would feel that somebody was being unfairly prosecuted because the person did a good job maybe with crime, or made a mistake, an innocent mistake. There's a big difference between being a bad person and making an innocent mistake. But if somebody made an innocent mistake, I would want to help that person.
What would those exceptions be? What would determine an innocent mistake?
You go after somebody and it's a very close call and it's very dangerous. And you know, they have, the policeman's life and woman is a very difficult thing because sometimes you have less than a second to make a life and death decision, and sometimes very bad decisions are made. They're not made from an evil standpoint, but they're made from the standpoint of
A guy that
makes sense.
Work out with at the gym. That was one of his biggest reasons he hated Trump. He said, "You know what he's gonna do with the police officers?
I'm just
all immunity."
I'm lost at why everyone think that's like a bad thing.
He said he's not giving them all immunity.
He said it's a case by case thing.
Case by case.
People were saying that's not a direct answer. That's a direct answer. He said, I'm talking about something completely different.
Literally.
That's an answer.
So he said, basically, in this case, he wouldn't get immunity.
Yeah, he said he probably wouldn't. He said, I saw the video and I saw something I
He
didn't
said it
like.
didn't look good.
He said, it didn't look good. I didn't like it. Where's the problem? Y'all want him to get on his knees and kiss y'all ass?
See, but they looking through a lens that it's like they're looking for.
They're
him
already
to say
biased,
exactly,
yeah. So they already looking for something just to,
They looking.
I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. Wow. I've done so much, and and I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money. They were stone cold broke, and I saved them, and I gave them long-term financing, and nobody else was doing it. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like that. And let me go a step further. I was invited here, and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense. And then you said, you can't do it with Zoom. Well, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom, and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late, just so we understand. I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working or something was wrong.
Mr. President, I would love
I think
if you
it's
can
a
answer
very
the question
nasty
on your rhetoric
question.
and why you
I have
believe that
answered
black
the
voters
question.
should trust you with another
I
4
have
years.
been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Better than President
That's
Johnson,
my
who signed the
answer.
Voting Rights Act?
And for you to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace. I really do.
Let me just ask a follow-up.
DEI's equipment.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that question? What's wrong with his answer here?
Ain't nothing damn wrong with it.
I've noticed when I was scrolling through the Twitter, it's all white journalists calling him racist, saying that black people should be offended. I'm tired of white people. I'm tired of these white liberals telling me how to feel. I'm sick of it. I do not want you to tell me how to think, how to feel. Don't tell me shit.
my college coaches sounded worse than this. This sounds brother. It sounds like your grandpa talking to you at this point.
I think we're just at the point, with all these Gen Z people and everything.
They just too soft.
It's too soft. And people would rather hear what makes them feel good than to hear the truth. And I think that is why a lot of people are getting, especially black men, because black men are on some just keep it 100, Oh, yeah. So that's why I feel like a lot of black men are changing their political views. But at the same time, back to that other argument, they just gonna hit them with the, this is their best. This is why he won't debate. Y'all was right. This is why he won't debate. Because he's gonna say whatever he rebuttals with.
That's racist.
CNN. Yeah. So it's a smart move not to debate, but I just think, I think he was right though. I mean, this is the president, right? You don't want to be late. Like if we were to interview him, we would not be late.
I'd be 2 hours early.
So y'all are 30 minutes late. Y'all know he's got a tight schedule. Kamala couldn't even make it.
Y'all should have had y'all equipment there.
Yeah, even if you don't like the man, at least respect the man's time.
Hey,
and then on top of that, the opening question. Like you could throw a hard question in, I guess, like that. And word it differently later on, but kind of started off.
You're
we
racist.
need to interview Trump, bro. Yeah, you right. That would be legendary.
Y'all, everybody go spam Trump interview with the Cartier
At
family.
Cartier family
on Twitter.
I would love to do an interview with him. I'd also do an interview with Kamala. I'm gonna grill the shit out of her.
Hell yeah!
I'm not gonna grill her. But I've got some very serious questions. I'm gonna be like, so do you think you're black? I'm gonna be like, explain it to me. I'm not even gonna tell you what I'm asking, but I'll do an interview with either one of them. I really want to sit down with Trump. I'd love to, but
that would be an honor.
I'd sit down with Kamala too. I'd love to. I'd love to. I have so much to say to her.
Some of your own supporters, including Republicans on Capitol Hill, have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first black and Asian American woman to serve as vice president and be on a major party ticket, as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you? And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop it?
How do you define DEI? Go ahead. How do you define
diversity, equity, and inclusion?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Is that what your definition?
That is
give me a
literally
definition
the words
then. Would you give me a definition
DEI.
of that? Give me a definition.
Sir, I'm asking you a question, a very direct question.
Define it for me if you would.
I just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
That's fact.
So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always
But you know
identified
what?
as a black woman.
I
She went to a
respect
historically
either
black
one.
college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't. Because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn, and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you
And
believe
I
that
think
she is
somebody should look into that too when you ask continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some
I
Republicans
really
have
don't
said?
know. I mean, I really don't know. Could be. There are some, and there.
Could be. That's true. That's a good answer.
There's some.
I don't understand why people keep using she went to HBCU. White people go to HBCUs.
Yeah.
Our culture.
Mexicans, Hispanics go to HBCU. So they're
Yeah, our
black
coach-
now?
our
They're
white
black
coach
because you went to an
went to
HBCU? Are you white because you went to a PWI?
Yeah.
Fucking dumb
I
argument.
think what he should have said was, well, they call her DEI because she didn't have to win the GOP. They gave it to Joe. Joe was unfit. We all knew Joe was unfit. So it looks as if the plan was just to hand this to her. Because if she was running against someone in that GOP, she wouldn't have won.
But it's too late for them to even do that, though. So what can they really do? That's the
No, I
also
know.
the
But
problem.
I feel like
too.
this was the whole plan all along, low key.
What's
'Cause
crazy
is like everyone knew that Joe wasn't ready, and they knew. So why wouldn't they put her out there at the beginning? You know, they had all the Republicans with each other. Why they had no
They
inter
said
squad
Joe had a
scrimmage
big
before the
ego.
game?
They
They
said-
had no inter squad scrimmage before the
They
game.
said it was Joe's fault. He had an ego. They said Joe just wanted to be
We
out
don't
there.
care, Joe. You gotta earn your job. It's a new season.
That is true. Now it is crazy though that our coach was white and he went to a HBCU and he does not believe in DEI.
Not at all.
That's
and,
crazy.
And we
Because
was
he's
at
a
a
logical thinking,
PWI.
smart man. You
Yes.
know, like he has done more for black people than a lot of anyone could probably say for years and years and years.
Yeah, I don't have no master's degree without Coach B.
And he don't vote left.
No bachelor
He
without
vote
Coach
right.
B.
He did a lot for
Is
black
he
people.
racist?
Way more than the white liberals for Kamala.
He not feeling bad for you. He gonna treat you the way everyone would love to be treated.
I agree.
Normal, equal.
I
Like
agree.
it's not that hard. It's very simple.
Man, yeah, Trump destroyed these people, man.
I definitely think it's interesting to see how people are getting a different outcome based on their preconceived notions of how this went. Obviously, people who are biased to not like Trump will say this was bad for Trump, but I don't really
wasn't
think
bad
their
at
questions
all.
were good questions. Is Kamala Harris a DEI? Yes. I'm black, I'm telling you that. She's a DEI.
Hey, if y'all think this was racist, I'm racist.
Everything.
Everything racist.
Everything racist.
Hey, bro,
I know this.
I'm not racist. I got black shirt on.
I know this with liberals. If you point out someone's skin color at all, you're racist.
He got a white shirt on, y'all. He racist.
Ooh, white socks.
All right, guys.
Black
this is
shoes.
crazy.
Hey,
Trump
y'all know
sucks.
why the black iPhone better? Because it runs faster.
That was crazy.